Hey everybody, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? How you doing? How's everything? How's everything? My brothers and sisters, it is just 2 hours, well, less than 2 hours till the new year. I wanted to just do this live because I felt that I wanted to end the year off, just giving you guys a little news and giving anybody the opportunity, if you guys want to come on, for us to have a brief conversation before the new year is up. Also, well, before the new year comes, and we can talk about some things that happened in 2024 that you feel that you would want to talk about, and you can get things off your chest as long as it's not crazy. We can do that. Thank you so much, guys, for coming in. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Grand Miss, good evening, my good brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you. How you doing? How you doing? How's everything with you? New Year's about to come in. Thank you guys for showing up. Thank you, thank you. If you guys want to come in, you know, and talk about anything, I'm going to talk about a few things. We are going to talk about the Treasury getting hacked. Find out who in the world did that. Good. I'm glad you're doing well, my brother. Good, good, good. We're going to talk about ICE canceling service programs for illegals, and we're going to just briefly talk about that. They identified the woman who was set on fire on the F train. Just a terrible, terrible thing that happened. That shocked me. I saw the video. I cried. I'll be honest with you guys. It was just crazy. It was just crazy. You know, Kylie Berry, good. You've been working hard with the visit. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to come on, let me know. Guys, I can open up the stream yards and everything. And if you guys just want to say a few things, you could. You don't have to show your face. You don't have to show your face. You can put an avatar, whatever, and really appreciate it. I really appreciate all you guys for watching my videos. Listen, I've been working hard this year, you know. and- Okay, I understand, Grandmiss. I understand, but I've been working hard this year, guys. And I just been on YouTube for 6 months since about around the end of June, and I've been trying to go hard for you guys. I really appreciate and love each and every one of you guys. I know that you guys could watch anybody else, but you're choosing to spend your time with me, and I really care. I really appreciate that. I really love you guys. So what we're gonna do real quick, because I want to give you guys, like I said, if you want to come on, I really want to give you guys time. So we're going to talk about a few news things and get that out the way, and I'll just share my thoughts on them. So without further ado, I'm going to get to the Treasury being hacked and to hear what they have to say. Please, guys, when you come in, can you please like the video? And I'm glad that you're making some comments in the chat. Thank you so much. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, let's get to it.
The FBI is warning about the surge of recent burglaries at the homes of star athletes. Come back in here, Madison. Have they found who's behind these pretty high-profile robberies?
Ash, they have. It's a South American crime group. In an FBI report, they say that the group targets these star athletes and conducts surveillance before breaking into their homes and stealing their stuff. It's a physical and technical surveillance. They use social media to learn where and when a person will be gone, and that's when they go to their home. According to ABC.
I'm sorry, guys. This is the wrong feed. This was the ICE ending service program. So let me get to the right one. My apologies. Let me get to the right one. I thought I had it up. Just a little technical difficulties. All right, you know how it happened. Yeah. Oh, yes. It was a lot of banks that was hacked earlier this year. That was crazy. But let me get to the correct one. My apologies. I thought I had it up. I will pull it up in a bit. So let me stop this, and I will pull up the correct news feed. All right. Just bear with me, guys. Bear with me. All right. I got it pulled up. So let me just get it. It's the things when you're doing lives, guys. Sometimes you try to have everything pulled up right away, but you know what? Sometimes when you're trying to do so much, things happen. All right, so let's hear about it.
But we also want to get to some other top stories that we are following for you right here on Live Now from Fox. And it has to do with a big hack that happened recently, and it was just announced by U.S. Treasury. They say that Chinese hackers stole documents in a major incident. And right now, that is being discussed, of course, in different avenues here as Chinese state sponsored hackers breached the U.S. Treasury Department's computer security guardrails this month and stole documents in what Treasury called a major incident, according to a letter to lawmakers. The hackers compromised third-party cybersecurity service provider Beyond Trust and were able to access unclassified documents there. So
That's
a
crazy.
major
That's
security
crazy.
breach that we want to continue to talk about right here on Live Now from Fox. And I want to bring in our next guest here this hour to help break down this breach and what it can mean. So this is Nathaniel Bradley with Data Vault Holdings. He is the founder and CEO. Thanks so much for joining us. We really appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. Nice to see you, Mike.
All right, so let's get right into this for everyone that's watching. You think about, okay, Treasury, big department there, has to do with a lot of, we're talking about the safeguards really of our economy. And with
Facts.
this breach, what does that mean? And what were you thinking when you heard that?
Well,
I'm gonna just say something, guys. If you guys do not know, the United States Treasury is where our dollars come from. It's where banks get money. Banks will call the Fed and say, "Hey, look, this is what we need," and the U.S. Treasury will issue out dollars and coins, quarters, nickels. I mean, pennies. They kind of really need to get rid of pennies, but still, quarters, dimes, nickels, and stuff like that. All types of denomination of dollar bills, ones, twos, fives, tens, 20s, 50s, hundreds. If these hackers were able to mess up the amount of money that, let's say, it was supposed to be printed, it can cause catastrophic issues for banks all across the country where they don't get the right amount of money and stuff like that. So we have to be careful. We have to be very, very careful. I agree. I agree with you, Grand Miss. This had to have been planned for a while. Okay, this had to been planned for a while. Okay, because it just don't. These hacks just don't happen out the blue. All right, these people, they're very, very smart with it, and yeah, you can't really find tools. Like I like to when I go to the bank and I see that they have some tools. I'm like, all right, let me get about 10 of them or something like that. And like when I use it, I remember one time I went to a store. It's funny you mentioned about tools. I went to the store and I bought like some snacks for my son, me and my son, and I gave him a $2 bill, and he was like, "What is this?" I was like, "It's a $2 bill. Like this is money." No, it's not. It's fake. He tried to storm me out the damn store thinking I'm giving him a fake money. I said, "Listen, it's a real money. This is a $2 bill. Okay, they still make these." And he was shocked. I was like, "Man," I was like, "Yo, what's wrong with you, man?" But it is what it is. Sometimes your boy goes through some craziness. If you guys have any stories about times when you went to a store and somebody thought that you had a fake bill, like tell me, put it in the comment section. I'd really like to hear about it. Or if you want to come on and talk about it, I would greatly appreciate it. But let's get back to him. Let's see what this guy has to say about this hack.
well, leading into this, there's been a lot of talk about TikTok and its approach with our youth and how they've penetrated the number one. They have the number one app in U.S. youth. And now this attack, which is, again, the Treasury is going to have documentation there that gives you insights to American life, almost every aspect. And there's a tremendous threat to our businesses and to our communities when you look at this particular breach, which happened through a third party source. So Beyond Trust, cybersecurity company that's a third party to the Treasury, has provided a security key that's utilized at workstations. And this is what ultimately it's not revealed to us how that security key got into the possession of these Chinese hackers. But
that's crazy.
That indeed was the process, or the form of attack here was the ability to obtain access to work terminals by using a security key provided by Beyond Trust.
You see, and then that's the thing. We have to understand that just because you see that these are government agencies, you may think that it's government workers and stuff like that. No, a lot of times we have companies, or the government has companies or private companies that they contract work out to. All right. That's how the government works. The government is always going to just contract out things to people so that everybody can get a job, and they don't have to hire as many government workers that would do the work inside. They have these people doing it outside. This is what happens. True. Oh yeah. Okay, when you said that, wasn't there an issue regarding TikTok being banned in various places too? Yes. Oh yeah. Yes. I mean, do I feel that TikTok should be banned? No. I'll be very honest with you. I don't think TikTok should be banned. Should it be regulated? Yes. Okay. A lot of these companies need to be regulated. All right. But I feel that the way that TikTok is here in America, it's just not really, like, it's causing a lot of young people to do foolish things or act very foolish on it. But that's just me. That's just me. Get back to, let me see. Yeah. Oh yes. I agree. I agree 100%. 100%, Grandmiss. I really agree about that. Okay, because you have to factor it in that if China is tracking the youth on what they do on TikTok, you have to think they would go ahead and say, well, if American youth is doing this, our youth is not going to do that. Now, you may have some Chinese youth that emulate America, because America is a country of people want to dress like us, they want to talk like us, they want to act like us. But you have to really think and say that, well, if we are doing things that's foolish and they're looking at us, they know how to combat us in some way, shape, or form. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Let's get a little bit more.
So that in addition, to what I was thinking when I heard about the attack was really, the ongoing assaults on our data and the use of it by our enemies with respect to understanding every aspect of the United States and how we live, how we operate, what our businesses are involved in. And these insights give, the Chinese government insights into their own communist regime. They are able to adjust and see information that it was proprietary to us and proprietary to our nation. So it is.
That's true. That's true. In China, listen, don't think for 1 second, guys, that all these countries across the world don't try to steal each other information. Don't try to steal each other's secrets. Shoot, America did it in World War II when they stole scientists from Germany and was able to create the atomic bomb. We have to understand that all these countries will try their best to steal from each other, or they would try to do something where they'll trade with each other. This is why I feel that, in a way, tariffs, it could work, but then it might not work. We need that open trade. We just need to bring it and make it a little more balanced, because the trade with China has been unbalanced. But I want to put up this one right here and say that, this is very good. A lot of countries, thank you, Grandmiss, for this. A lot of countries do have restrictions on internet usage, but that's mainly China. Mainly China. The Western countries, France, Britain, and stuff like that, Germany even, they don't really have restrictions. I think maybe East Germany, maybe they have a little bit of restrictions, but Russia, they have restrictions and stuff. But it is because It's because that they don't want their people to know the truth, or not even, I wouldn't even say know the truth. They don't want their people to know what countries like America is doing. Because you see, with America, you have to understand that America, I'll be honest with you, I love this country. Okay. And if there were ever a World War V, I will have to fight. And I would not mind if I had to lay down my life for this country, because to me, this is the best country in the world. I don't care what anybody say. We may have our problems, but God damn it, we can take care of the problems here. And that's what I love about this country. And I feel that if we do that, we'll be able to, will be good. And that's why, I mean, I'm glad that Trump won. I can't wait to see what he's going to do. I mean, I felt that, in my opinion, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think that he had a chance. But once they popped him, I was like, oh, snap, it's over. He won. He won. But that's beside the point. You know, I think, Kyrie Berry, here's a good one right here. Do you think China will ever dominate U.S.? No. Nope. Because China doesn't want to dominate U.S. The reason being is because without the U.S., when people got to understand, in the 70s, when Nixon opened up trade to China, that helped China tremendously. And China will always be like, let me see, how can I put it? China will be like America's side chick or something like that. You know, we want them and we need them, but we don't want the world to really know our relationship. So we kind of act like we don't really care about them and stuff like that, or we act like we're doing this, we're doing that, but we need each other. It's like maybe like even the odd couple, because we both need each other. When there's a saying, when America has a cold, the world has the flu. And it's true. It is true. It is true. Thank you so much, Gary Berry. I really appreciate that comment. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. So I don't think they will ever dominate us, because they don't, it's just not, it's not in their best interest. If you look at with China, there's so many things going on with China, with ghost towns. They build up so many buildings, nobody's living in them. So you really have to think about, like, yeah, I don't think that they will ever want to dominate us in that way, where they be the major superpower. I don't think so. I don't think so. Let me get back to it a little bit and hear what else he has to say.
A very concerning threat.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you could paint a picture for our viewers. So when a hacker gets in through this third party and they're able to access some of the computers that are part of the Treasury Department, how do they then navigate? Okay, let's pull this file, let's open this up. How do they navigate going through all that? And what are they, or do they have an idea of what they are looking for? And is there more roadblocks once they're in to try to get more data?
Well, this time of year, it's a interesting time for the attack. The end result for the hacker is as if they're sitting in the chair in front of the terminal, with the key to access everything that terminal would do. Likely during normal course of business, individuals would notice that activity. Typically, this time of year, we're away on vacations and other aspects where those terminals could be accessed and be utilized without the instant notification. Now, I would state that the FBI, the U.S. Cyber and Infrastructure Security Agency, have had a rapid response since they learned of the breach. And in this case, it appears that they had rather quick response. We've had other breaches by other hackers in our government where these Trojan horses have sat for months and months without detection. Wow. This seems to be more of a finite or an acute attack where specific documents are taken. And again, that's just my view of it. But with respect to
it's good to know that our security or cybersecurity forces from the FBI and stuff like that are on it, even though they got away with some documents, but things change so fast that they'll be able to probably be able to put different type of security measures in so that, you know, things will be a little bit better. And I feel that it's going to adjust. Grand Miss, yes, I definitely do. I definitely feel that security is going to have to adjust. But this is one thing that I feel that the American government really needs to do. And I hope that Trump really thinks about this, because Elon Musk said something about H-1B visas and bringing smart people into this country. I agree with that, but I feel that this is what needs to be done. We really need to spend more money in our schools to give them proper computers, proper technology, and proper courses to be able to get our children from young ready to really dive into cybersecurity or different types of STEM. Because let me tell you, I'll give an example. So I taught third grade, over the past school year. I'm not teaching right now. I took a year off. But when I was teaching third grade, my students didn't have the technology that they needed. Reason being, some of them who had during COVID, they had devices. Some of the devices broke. Some of the devices wasn't up to par. Some of the devices their parents was using and they broke it. It's a lot of things that happened, and it caused a lot of chaos because I only had 3 laptops in my class, and you have a class of 16 students where you're trying to get each student to try to do certain things online or on the computer so that they can be able to learn certain things. It was crazy. It was crazy, and it was rough. It was rough for me. Okay, but I got through it, and I took over the class in January. It was just a crazy time, and some of the students, they did not even read at grade level, but I did my best to get them up to par by using technology mixed with old school teaching. And even though that was my first year, I'm proud to say that all of my students went to the 4th grade, and I was so happy that I was able to achieve that. But I feel that the US government needs to, if they're really serious about the future and they're serious about technology and they're serious to make sure that these hacks don't happen again, they need to invest in our future, invest in the kids. Stop talking about they want to cut this, cut that. Spend the money. I don't care. I will care about kids getting their money, getting the Department of Education, making sure the money is being spent wisely so that our kids be able to have the opportunity to be able to get these jobs, because we shouldn't have to always just worry about taking people from other countries. All right. We should be thinking about making these good STEM experts here in this country. That's my opinion. Oh, yes, it doesn't help at all. It does not help that schools are closing. It does not help that they're trying to turn public schools into private schools. I work for a public school. I have a license. I'm licensed in New York State to be a teacher for first grade through 6th grade. And I tell you, I had private schools try to hire me, and I told them, what's the pay? And when they told me some BS, I said, nope. I had charter schools that tried to hire me. I said, I'm a licensed teacher. What the hell do I look like working for that? I said, go get somebody who just came out of college who don't know any better. I know about money. Sure, at the time I was 38. I mean, come on, get out of here with that. You must be out of your damn mind. It's just ridiculous. Yeah, listen, Grammys, you're spitting game. You are spitting game. You are spitting game. Okay? This right here, what you said, it doesn't help that schools are closed everywhere, and even the ones open doesn't have enough basic functioning. Yes, they don't have basic functioning. They don't. And it's ridiculous. It is ridiculous. And you say to yourself, like, why is it not enough money being spent? And I'm going to tell y'all something. If y'all don't know anything about the way the school system works, I'm going to tell you how some of these charter schools get some of these parents and they mess them up. I'm going to put you guys on to game right now. All right. So when it comes down to charter schools, let's say a parent has a child that has a learning disability. Okay. A lot of these charter schools do not have the resources to take care of that child. So if a child has an IEP, which is an independent education program, that parent may think that, oh, I'm going to put the child into this charter school and everything is going to be all right. They're going to have all these computers, they're going to have all this technology, all these things for them. And what they do is they wait. They wait to about the end of October, because that is when the quarter ends and the schools get all the money for the child. So if that child is supposed to get, let's say, $10,000 for the year, I'm just throwing a number out there. let's say that child's supposed to get $10,000 for the year. That school, because he was enrolled in that charter, him or her was enrolled in that charter school gets the $10,000. And what they do after they get the money, they'll figure out a way to kick the kid out. So now the kid is kicked out. Where they have to go? They got to go to their zone school. Did the zone school get the money? No. Did the money follow the child? No. So basically, that charter school got the money. The child goes to the zone school. The zone school does not have any money now for that child. So now they have to cut course just to make sure that these children are secured and making sure that they have an education, because public schools cannot deny a child. Once you enroll the child, no matter what time of the year you enroll the child in, they cannot deny your child. That's how it is. But they do not have the money, the resources to take care of children. I tell you, there were four students in my class that all came after October 31st. So those are 4 students that the school didn't have resources for, and there were even more students around the school, because before I taught in that school, I was a substitute, and I was substituting in many different schools, and I saw so much chaotic things. I said, my goodness, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I'm telling y'all something, brothers and sisters, if y'all really want things to change, make sure that you tell your politician that, hey, listen, fix this situation right here, because if they don't, it's always going to be messed up. It's always going to be messed up. And that's the reason why you have these Chinese people from China being able to hack, because, hey, America is not spending the amount of money that needs to be spent. I'm talking about the federal government. The federal government needs to put more money into education. Don't just let it be up to the states, because there are a lot of states who are not getting enough taxes from real estate, because that's what pays for the school system. Whatever town that you are in, or whatever county that you live in, the real estate taxes that's paid by the people who own homes goes to fund the municipal government of that system. And it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yes, Grant, yes, they will. Let me tell you something. The only way politicians will listen to you when you threaten to vote for somebody else. I know. I ran for city councilman of Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. I used to live in Bed-Stuy. I ran for city councilman, 36th district, that's Bed-Stuy and Crown Heights, in 2013. And I'm telling you, when I ran, they were scared because I was young. I was 27 at the time. And they were scared because I was coming with ideas that they were not talking about. I was running as a Democrat, but I was running as a person who were more like an independent. I had to run as a Democrat because, hey, it's a Democrat city. You got to run. You got to run to be able to win. And they were very scared because I had solutions that would be able to fix the problems. And the person who won, I told him, because he came to me and he asked me, he said, hey, can you help me with my campaign? I said, listen, let me tell you something. I'll help you, but you got to make sure that certain bills you fight and you champion. And he championed some of them, but a lot of them he did not. And he was like, he went and did whatever he wanted to do. It is what it is. But you got to make sure that if you want your politicians to do anything for you, you got to come strong, meaning that you and other people, and you got to threaten to do what needs to be done to get their asses out of here. That's what you got to do. Thank you guys so much for coming in. I really, really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate each and every one of you. Yes, it is a shame. It is a dang on shame. It's crazy. Really appreciate each and every one of you for coming in. Thank you. So what we're going to do is, my brothers and sisters, what we'll do is we'll get to the next topic that I wanted us to discuss. And I'm going to pull it up now. We're going to discuss a little bit about ICE ending its services to illegal immigrants. They have quite a few programs that they have, and they want to end it. So I really appreciate each and every one of you coming in. Thank you. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Let's get to it.
The FBI is warning about the surge of recent burglaries at the homes of star athletes. Come back in here, Madison. Have they found who's behind these pretty high-profile robberies?
Ash, they have. It's a South American crime group. In an FBI report, they say that the group targets these star athletes and conducts surveillance before breaking into their homes and stealing their stuff. It's a physical and technical surveillance. They use social media to learn where and when a person will be gone, and that's when they go to their home. According to ABC, the FBI wrote, quote, "These homes are targeted for burglary due to the perception they may have high-end goods like designer handbags, jewelry, watches, and cash."
You know, some of these athletes, I'll be honest with you. You got to be quite dumb. Let me tell you the reason why I say this. So, you know that you know that you have all these things, right? And when you are athletic, say for football, as a football player, you are away 8 weeks, possibly even more. If your team goes to the playoffs, you can be away 8, 10 weeks, maybe 11 weeks out the year from your home. Why would you get such a big home? If I was an athlete, and I tell you, I used to play quarterback. I played quarterback semi-pro a little bit, and I wish that I could have played for the New York Dragons. I had a tryout for New York Dragons, but I tore my meniscus in my left knee, and that ended my football career right then and there. But let me tell you something. If I ever oh yeah, they target these stores. Yes, listen, some of these people, they're crazy. They can't really target stores anymore because a lot of the stores have this wire that's hooked up to the clothes, so they can't really take them no more. So now they're going after these homes because they know that, hey, these people are not here. They go out and they do whatever. But what I was going to say is that if I was a football player or basketball player, I wouldn't even have a mansion. I wouldn't have a mansion. I would have like a studio apartment in a building with a security guard who knows me, like Cheers, where everybody knows your name. The security guard knows who I am. And the only people who will be able to go into my apartment would be myself, my wife or girlfriend, and my family members, maybe my mom or something like that, or dad. Those are the only people who will be able to go into my apartment. Anybody else, I will have cameras, everything. Anybody else, I might have a dang on Rockwaller ready to eat them up. Okay, I don't got time for that. I don't got to, or a German Shepherd or something like that. I don't got time for that. It's crazy. But for them to think about having all these things, what they should do is, as they're playing, put their money into index funds, into high yield dividend funds, so that they can get money while they're playing. They don't have to, like, the teams pay for their food, the teams pay for all these things. You can have that money set aside, because let me tell you, you never know what could happen. You never know that you might get cut. You never know that money, that guaranteed money, the team figure out a way to fandangle you because you got injured, and there's an injury clause in your contract that states that you're not going to get the money. So I would prepare myself to do what needs to be done and to make sure that, hey, everything is good. That's what I would do if I was a sports star, or if I even had access to sports stars to teach them these things. I would say, listen, save your money, invest your money. Forget about spending it on having all this grand time and all that stuff. No, get yourself a good quality person who can be by your side, who won't try to shaft you, because sometimes significant others would try to shaft a person, but just do what you got to do. But that's what I would do. That's what I would do. Yeah, I for real. Like, listen, Grand Miss, you got to have security up the wazoo. You got to. You have to have security up the wazoo, for real, for real, for real, for real. And Kyrie Berry, you're right. Jeez is right. You are so right. For real, for real. All right, let's get back to it, guys.
Here are just some of the targets that we've seen in this string. So in September, Minnesota Timberwolves guard Mike Conley was robbed. In October, two Chief stars, QB Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, they both had their homes robbed. And then recently, just December 27th, Dallas Mavericks point guard Luka Doncic's home was also burglarized. So
okay, hold up. What do all of these players have in common? All of these players are high-profile players. That's one. okay, high profile players, and they go away. And the third one is that they have expensive homes. So if you don't have a nosy ass neighbor, this is why whatever happened to like neighborhood watches and nosy old women or old men who will be like, oh yeah, oh that's not Patrick. Okay, well, what's that person doing there? Oh that's not Mike Conley. What that person doing there? Whatever happened to that? Whatever happened to nosy people who was always in your business? Now people want to keep to themselves and everything, don't say nothing. They will watch your house get robbed and don't say a damn thing. Or maybe it happened that night. Could be, could be. It's just crazy, you know. And I agree with you, Grand Miss. If you can actually trust people, but like, I mean, I know sometimes money changes people, especially if like when you have money, or if you're a football player, basketball player, you have money, or even a regular person, you have money, that can definitely change people. If people like let's say if they ask you for money and you lend it to them and they don't want to pay it back or something like that, you know, I it's a lot of things. Money can change people. Money can change people, but that doesn't mean that just because you have money that you be stupid. Like there's no way. I'm not. Hell no. Hell no. I guess because what? Even though I grew up without having a lot, I kind of understand the value of money. The older I get, the more I have learned the value and the reasons why I need to make sure to secure my money, secure things so that I can be good. Because ain't no way somebody just gonna break into my damn house like that. Hell no, I wouldn't have a mansion. I wouldn't. I would just be a regular person, and that's how I be, And like you're right. They don't live in those high profile neighborhoods. You're right. Oh yeah. Oh yes. That's how it is. And that's the uh that's just crazy. Yeah, this is just ridiculous. But let me get back to it.
This group appears to have robbed 9 professional athletes, and there's not much that these guys can do,
Crazy.
Ash, because their schedules are publicly available. People know when they're going out of town for a game, so
Facts.
it presents quite a problem.
Yes, it does.
That's terrible. All right, Madison, thank you. And also, Madison, we understand ICE has ended 2 programs for illegal migrants. Which ones?
Yeah, so starting with the first one. The first one is called the Wraparound Stabilization Service, or WSS. This involved working with NGOs in order to offer services to migrants that provided psychosocial and behavioral health support for illegal migrants. So we're talking about therapy and mental health support effectively. ICE said the program was both ineffective and it came with an immense cost and little improvement. So that's now done. Then in June, ICE also ended a vendor contract with the Young Adult Case Management Program. That program offered 18 and 19-year-old migrants legal services, screenings, referrals to social service programs, and human trafficking screenings. It started in 2023, and it was available in 16 cities. When this program ended, ICE said that it had fiscal limitations and that it didn't align with their mission. So 2 very costly programs that are no longer in existence.
So they first talked about the NFL players and them getting robbed and stuff like that. And they just spent less than 40 seconds talking about what I thought they were going to talk about, but that's how it is. Hey, shout out to Fox Business. They are very good. I watch them sometimes when they don't go extreme right. That I be like, okay. But some of the programs that they talked about with legal immigrants, I mean, okay, the program with talking about with mental health and stuff like that. Yes, okay, all right, fine. But you don't want any crazy people to come in the country. So I kind of feel that they could probably maybe combine that with some of the other things, maybe some other social workers and stuff that can get them. And the program about human trafficking, yeah, that program, I feel that maybe they shouldn't get it away, but it's neither here or there. You know, yes, Grand Miss, I definitely, brother. Yo, for real, I agree. I agree. Yes, yes. If I had a mansion, I would definitely have a 10-foot fence. And I wouldn't have it like super electrified, but I would have it with just enough that if you touch it, your ass, you'll feel something. You'll feel something and you wouldn't think about it. Okay. And yes, they do put uh players ahead of regular people. Okay. They regular people, they put us last. They put us last. And without us, if we weren't watching, if we weren't going to the games, it wouldn't happen. They wouldn't get paid what they do, and they would really think about us. Like for what you said there, with $70 million a year for a football player, for a basketball player, for a baseball player. I think I heard one of the soccer players like had a contract for like $1 billion. I'm like, nah, hell no. That's crazy. One player getting $1 billion. I think this was like Saudi Arabian played some soccer player $1 billion or have a $1 billion contract. Nah, that's crazy, crazy, crazy. But I mean, that's the way it is, and it's just ridiculous. But I feel that things will be better, and I hope that we'll be able to make things better and everything. Yeah, you're right. Contracts are just getting bigger every year. My team, the Giants, they oh god, these damn Giants. They released Daniel Jones after paying him so much flipping money. They didn't pay Shaquan Barkley. Yeah, I'm in the wrong business. Kyrie, I'm in the wrong business for real. Oh yeah, I'm in the wrong business. I need to be an agent because sports agents make good money too. But yeah, like I was gonna say, like they released Saquon Barkley and he went to the Eagles, and I cry when I see him play. I'm happy for him, but I cry. I cry. I looked at how they lit the Giants up. I just said, you got to be kidding me. You got to be kidding me. And then what really ticked me off this weekend was that they beat the Colts. I was like, I said, you don't want good players. I'm hoping that maybe they do some trade to get what's the guy? Travis Hunter. Either Travis Hunter or Deion Sanders' son. I hope that they can get him, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just oh goodness gracious. It pains me, but this is the things that's going on. This is things that's going on. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So we're going to do, my brothers and sisters, we are going to talk about one last thing. Um, and if you guys want to come on, please let me know. I will actually no, we have a little bit of time. What's the 10:48? We got a little bit of time. We can talk about two things. Actually, no, what? Let me talk about this one first. Guys, if you guys remember the woman who was set on fire on the F train, uh, she they found out her identity, and I was just sad to hear about her. If you guys didn't see the video is out there. It was just sad. It was just sad. My condolences goes out to her family. For her to suffer like that was just despicable. And I hope this guy gets to go to hell where he belongs. But let's get to it, guys.
And developing tonight, we now know the identity of the woman who was burned to death on the subway earlier this month. Fox 5's Jessica Formoso joins us live from Toms River, New Jersey, where police say she once lived. Jess.
Natasha, that's right. The victim, 57-year-old Debrina Kwam, police tell us that it was here in Toms River where she last lived in this senior living community. Now, as expected, neighbors shocked to hear that she was the victim of that senseless act of violence. The homeless woman who was burned alive in a subway car in Coney Island last Sunday morning. Now, we knocked on a door and the woman answered. She told us that she bought this home in April, and in May, she says a woman by the name of Debrina rang her doorbell looking for her mother. She told her she was the new owner, but she could take down her information. The woman, Debrina, she says, told her that she didn't have a phone. It was about a 15-minute conversation, and then she says she hopped back in the cab and left. You're about to hear from her and also a neighbor who did not want her face on TV.
She looked clean. She did not look sick or hungry or anything like that. She just stopped by. All in my mind was family didn't tell her that that they were moving. Very devastating that something like that would happen. But even more that,
guys, that's why I tell you, please, we have to really care about each other. We have to really understand that there's people that, they may be going through something, some type of mental illness, but they really need help. They really need help. And this was just a sad situation. And you can look on this woman's face when she said that, she may have looked clean, but she could be going through it. Listen, I've learned so much. When I was in college, shout out to Mega Evers College, they taught me different techniques on how to kind of notice when somebody is going through a serious episode or some type of illness. And this woman here, oh God, it's just sad. So sad. So sad. My heart goes out to her. Guys, please check on your loved ones. Check on your loved ones. Tell them that you care about them. Tell them that you're there for them. All right. You don't have to do so much, go above and beyond, like lending them money or giving, but maybe just give them a little place to stay or something like that till they get on their feet. But to go out that way for some evil person to just light you on fire, and oh God, if you guys didn't see the video, it's heartbreaking. It really is. I cried. I was like, damn. You're right, Kyrie. You're right. You're right. You are right. She was older and suffered from mental illness, which probably explains why she didn't stop, drop, and roll. Yeah, man. Yeah, my brother. I was shocked. I was like, yo, why isn't she like taking off her clothes, or like if you like me on fire, I'm flipping like, ah! That's what I'll be doing. And I mean, I wouldn't be sleeping on the damn train, because you got some maniacs on the train. I would have one eye open, like, yo, what you doing? What the hell you doing around me? Like, damn. Man, I was shocked, and I couldn't believe it. I could not believe it. I was like, damn, you got to be kidding me. Oh my goodness. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Yeah, Grand Miss, the pictures were enough. The pictures were crazy. It was crazy. Oh my goodness. Let's hear a little bit more.
That this is happening today.
If that was that woman, I can't understand how she ended up in the subway in the circumstances she was in.
Now, police arresting 33-year-old Sebastian Zapeta, migrant from Guatemala, who entered the country illegally in 2018. They say he allegedly lit Kwam's clothes on fire. Police believed she was homeless and sleeping on the subway when she was set on fire. Zapeta has been charged with first-degree murder. It took some time, however, to identify the victim, and that's because her body was burned beyond recognition.
Oh, God. Damn. Oh man, this just get me so upset.
They had to use fingerprinting and dental records as well as DNA testing. Now, Olga, the woman we spoke to, tell us that when she found out the name through the media, she knew right away that there was a connection. She remembered that last name from the documents when closing on her home. Of course, she is shocked and cannot believe that woman, that victim, was standing in front of her back in May. That's the latest we have from Tom's River. I'm Jessica Formoso.
Damn. That's sad. Sad. This is why people, please check on your family. Don't, I know we all have things that we're going through. I know we all have things that we're going through, but you must check on family. Check on friends too. Check on friends. You might have friends that are going through it. Check on them. Make sure you talk to them. Don't be like, I ain't gonna call the person. Don't, if somebody call you, don't block them and stuff like that. Just pick up the phone. You don't know that you picking up the phone can probably save that person's life. Those people who they questioned right there, I know that they wish in the back of their head they wish they could have done more. Because maybe if they done more, maybe, just maybe, they could have saved her life. Sad. I hope this person goes to hell. I mean, if New York had the death penalty, the way it should be is that the same way that he killed that lady, that's how he deserved to be killed. Him being set on fire like the Salem witch trials and just set his ass ablaze. Oh God. My condolences to her. My condolences. Just sad. What do you guys think? How did you feel, hearing about this story when it first aired? I was shocked. I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. I was like, dang, man, this is it hurt me. It really, really hurt me. And then when I did some research and I saw the video of her just standing there, I was like, oh my God. And the cops walking past, nothing you can do. You looking for a fire extinguisher, it was just nothing you could do. Yes. Yeah. I was horrified too. I was like, oh, when I saw it, I was like, oh, I couldn't believe it. I had to cover my mouth. I was like, yo, I had a nightmare. I was like, this just flipping hurt me bad. I was like, oh my goodness, this asshole. And then the thing that really got me when I watched the video, he got up and he was fanning her. I was like, yo, when they said it was that man, I was like, I cannot believe that this was just crazy. It was just crazy. Crazy. You got people that's like, yeah, you talking about. It's funny that it's crazy that you mentioned about people being pushed on the tracks. I am going to talk about that right now. Right after this, I'm going to talk about it. But it's just crazy. Well, I listen. It's Kyrie, I'm gonna say this. I don't think nobody should approach someone that's on fire unless you got a blanket or something that you can cover them and like pat them down and stuff like that. But they don't have that stuff in the train system. Okay. But the thing is that in the F train, where that was, I believe that's Stillwell Avenue. That's the last stop. That's a major hub. So you're telling me, and the cops is right downstairs. So you're telling me, I think they got a major hub there. So you're telling me no fire extinguisher, nothing to just go, put the fire out. It's just crazy. But then it's so much things that you have, so much problems that you have out here. It's just ridiculous. It really, really is. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I feel no. Nobody, do not approach anybody that's on fire unless you got something that to put them out. Unless you got a fire extinguisher and you know how to use it. because a lot of people don't know how to use fire extinguishers. When I was a bus driver, I was a bus driver for 11 and a half years. I worked for Accessoride. I had to learn how to put out fires or a little bit of fire, because you know how to sweep with the fire extinguisher. You have to learn that. Okay. So it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Yes, Grand Miss, yes, you got things going on in the subway with, Daniel Penny, okay, and Jordan Neely, okay. You got the CEO with that guy Luigi, with him looking like flipping Hannibal Lecter, the way they have him running. And then you talk about people being pushed. Let me bring up that one. Okay. You have this incident that person was pushed onto the train tracks and he got hit by the train. Let's get to it. Hold on, let me start it right real quick.
Now in Chelsea, where a man was hit by a one train after being pushed onto the tracks. News 4's Chris Jose just got to that scene, has some alarming video of the moment that man was shoved. Chris, what can you tell us?
Right, and police now confirming a person of interest is in custody. As you mentioned a short time ago, we obtained surveillance video of the attack, which appears to be unprovoked and random. Again, this happened around 1:30.
I want to address what you said. You are so right. You are so right. The designs of remember these train stations. Many of these train stations were designed over 100 years ago. Okay, now that's the beauty of the New York City train system, or the New York City transportation system, period, that these tracks have still been around for that long, even though they're repairing some of them and stuff like that, but they're still being in use. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. But you're right. A lot of these stations do not have fire extinguishers. Shoot, a lot of these stations don't even have token booth clerks. Remember them? Remember those token booths? You might have some stations like in Bed-Stuy. You got Nostrand Avenue that has a token booth clerk, and you have Utica Avenue and stuff like that. I think Franklin Avenue, Eastern Parkway, they have one. But a lot of the stations don't have. Well, Franklin Avenue has one for the shuttle train. They have a person as well. But you have to think: does that person have a fire extinguisher in their booth? I don't think so, because they'll think that, well, hey, if it's a damn track fire, I'm calling 911, calling FDNY, which I don't blame them. But damn, they could have done something, man. It just boggles the mind. But let me get back to it. Thank you for your comment. Really appreciate that.
This afternoon. A warning to our viewers at home: the video is graphic and disturbing, but it's also worth noting the victim survived. Take a look at this video right here. The surveillance video shows the moments leading up to the assault. The suspect, wearing dark clothing and a hoodie, turns around and shoves the man off the platform.
Jesus Christ. Jeez Louise. Jeez Louise. I swear, these people, there's some crazy ass people among us. Me and my friend was talking. Yeah, that's crazy. First of all, if you guys never stepped onto the tracks, I'm going to tell you this, okay? Because my book bag had fell onto the tracks and I jumped down. I didn't realize how high it is from the bottom of the track all the way to the ledge. And at that time, I was in high school. I was about same weight I am now, about 250. My big ass took a hard time trying to get up off the damn tracks. Okay? It is so for him to have gotten pushed. You don't recognize. You're on your phone, you're like, la la la, la la la, whoa. And some ass clown, some mother effer just push you on the tracks and you bang on track. If he would have hit the third rail, it would have been over. It would have been over. If you guys ever seen, Yeah, you're right, Graham. Graham is much higher than people think, and some places are way worse. Way worse. Oh yes. Oh yes. Like the elevated trains, you know, you fall on the tracks, you might just fall through and boom, that's it. You on the ground and you probably not gonna get up after that. Damn. Damn. And he survived. That's crazy. He survived. Well, I'm happy that he survived. Hopefully he survived with his limbs, because there are people who have gotten hit by a train and they survived, but both their legs gone or one leg is gone. Whew. Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, you're right, especially if it's outside. Kyrie, yes, demons have unleashed on the earth, and you ain't never lie. You ain't never lie. There's a whole bunch of demons out here that need to be locked away. Me and my friend, I was going to say that me and my friend was talking about it the other day, and he was like, yo, the government really did a disservice by closing down a lot of mental institutions, because you got a lot of people who are walking among us and they are crazy and they really, really need to be locked up. Now I know that there were things that was happening in those institutions. I watched a movie when I was a teacher. I forgot it was. I think it was called Profoundly Genius or something like that, and it was with the lady who was on Full House. Okay, one of the actresses that was on Full House, and she played uh, a person who had learning disability, and they were locking them away in the mental institutions. And in this mental institutions, there was a lot of crazy things going on. There was a situation where it was a woman who was like, maybe she was mute or something like that, couldn't really speak, and one of the orderlies had assaulted her and ended up killing her. So they ended up closing a lot of these facilities. They ended up closing them around the country, and they tried to reinstitute these people into the public. But some of them are crazy. Some of them need to be locked up. And the problem is that you reinstitute them into the public. Now, us regular folks, we got to go through that. We got to, worry about them. And what happens? The guy who pushed them, he just gets arrested. He gets sent to jail. So it's either you lock them up and you have them in a mental institution, or you lock them up in prison. So you don't want to have them where there's doctors and all types of stuff that can help them and stuff like that. You want to put them in prison where the state and the federal government is spending even more money to house these people. You see how crazy it is? It's just ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. But this is the things that's going on. But let me finish watching a little bit.
Off the platform as the train was pulling in, the victim.
Oh God. Oh God. I didn't expect that. Oh God. Oh God. Let me let it play.
Who was looking down on his phone was completely blindsided. We froze the video before the train hit him. According to the NYPD, this all happened around 1:30 this afternoon at the 18th Street subway station.
You froze the video. You didn't froze the video.
Shoves the man off the platform.
Jesus
as
Christ.
The train was pulling in. The victim, who was looking down on his phone, was completely blindsided. We froze the video before the train hit him. According to the NYPD, this all happened around 1:30 this afternoon at the 18th Street subway station on the 1 line. Law enforcement sources telling News 4 the victim was conscious and alert, and he's recovering at Bellevue Hospital with head injuries. Again, this appears to be random and unprovoked, but the investigation is still ongoing at this hour. Commuters should expect delays throughout the afternoon. Again, police telling us the person of interest now in custody. Reporting live, Chris Hood.
Damn. Guys, if you didn't see it, I'm gonna play it again. That's crazy.
Was completely blindsided.
Oh man,
we froze the video before the train hit him. According to the NYPD, this all happened around 1:30 this afternoon at the 18th Street subway station on the 1 line.
What they showed.
Leading
That's
up
crazy.
to the assault,
They must have made a mistake, because they didn't freeze the first one. This is wild.
Wearing dark clothing and a hoodie, turns around and shoves the man off the platform as the train was pulling in. The victim, who was looking down on his phone, was completely blindsided. We froze the video before the train hit him. According to the NYPD, this all happened around 1:30 this afternoon at the 18th Street subway station on the 1 line. Law enforcement sources telling News 4 the victim was conscious and alert, and he's recovering at Bellevue Hospital with head injuries. Again, this appears to be random and unprovoked, but the investigation is still ongoing at this hour. Commuters should expect delays throughout the afternoon. Again, police telling us the person of interest now in custody. Reporting live, Chris Jose, News 4 New York.
Damn, shout out to News 4 New York. Shout out to Chris Jose. And shout out to the person who the first time didn't pause it before he got hit. Because sometimes the news, you know, they try to treat us like we're little kids, like we don't want to see certain things. And yes, that was terrible. I wasn't expecting to see that they actually showed the train mollywopping the guy. I didn't expect to see that. That shocked the hell out of me. But I'm glad that they showed it, because sometimes the news really need to make sure and prepare people so that we won't be scared and understand what's really going on out here. That's terrible, 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 terrible. Grand Miss, is my brother, you are spitting game. You know, you have to be careful where you stand. Listen, let me tell y'all something. If you are on or waiting for the train, stand as close as possible to the wall and know your surroundings. Stop having your damn face in this phone. Stop it. Okay? Know your surroundings. Know your surroundings. Now, you're right. You're right. You're saying it again. You are saying the worst part about this happens that it could be anywhere at any time, especially when platforms are super crowded, when no trains show up. True. That is true. But here's the thing. He didn't do it when it was lots of people. He walked and waited to somebody to see if you weren't paying attention. Guys, I'm telling you, you can be on your phone. You say, I got earpiece in. You could be on your phone. You could be wanting to watch a video. Turn it down to a certain point where you can see. Because I'm telling you, I've been in the train station. I've been the C train, A train, J train, M, Z. You know, I've been on the R when I used to work in Queens. The V I think they still got the V if I'm not mistaken. But back then when they were doing work on the Manhattan Bridge, we had the V, the W, and stuff like that. When I was riding some of them trains, and I was waiting for the train, and back then I didn't have cell phones and stuff. We didn't have phones like how it is now and stuff like that. I would see, I'll look at somebody, I'm like, look at this crazy ass person right here. I'll look at him like, what are you doing? What are you doing? I was not playing. I was not playing. I was not having it. I was not having it. I was not having it. Thank you for the comment. You're right. You got to be very careful out here. I'm telling you. Know your surroundings. If you have to be in a certain area, try to stand maybe by the steps where the bars are, where the railings are. That is just in case if some ass clown tries to push you, you could grab onto it and you can say, all right, yo, and then you could be like, yo, what the hell is wrong with you? But there's a lot of crazy stuff. I'm not sure if it was earlier this year or if it was last year, where this crazy ass woman was walking around in the train on the train platform, and she just shoulder block somebody or shoulder charge somebody and knock the person. And the train was coming into the station, but the lady didn't fall on the tracks. She got hit by the train on the side. And I was like, oh snap! And when they called her, she was looking hella crazy. And I was like, these are the people that they got out here. I'm telling you, listen, in my opinion, this was going to start happening. People, if you guys remember the movies from the 70s, Death Wish, and they did a remake of it with Bruce Willis, that's what's going to start happening. People are going to start being like, yo, you know what? Boom, boom, boom. Or who here remembers Bernard Getz? People are going to start saying, yo, forget it. I'm done, yo. That's what's going to start happening out here. And you know what? It is what it is. It is what it is. Because let me tell you something. I'd rather be tried by 12 instead of carried by 6. Now, when I'm dead, okay, fine, they're gonna have to carry me. Or the purge, yes, yes. But you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared for real. If you're not prepared for it, hey, you just gonna be caught. And I ain't trying to be caught lacking. No, hell no, my brother. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. For real. Listen, they have, and it's funny you say this, Grand Miss. Okay, the city needs to spend money on a separate force for transit for people everywhere 24/7. Maybe if that police chief who was being paid for massive overtime not done wanted to retire before found. Now, mind you, okay. Yes, I feel that I remember when I was young, I remember the guardian angels being out there in the trains because it was dangerous. It was dangerous. And I used to see them. And I remember when I was with my mom and my dad, and they would just stand there, big guys. They would stand there and guard and stuff. And I said to myself, wow, that's amazing that, there are people who are actually trying to do what needs to be done. And I wanted to be a guardian angel. I'm not going to lie. I wanted to be a guardian angel. And it's just crazy to see how the train system is becoming. It's becoming like the 70s almost, 70s and 80s. It's just crazy. But I hope that they do something about it. Now that police chief, listen, I personally feel that what he should have did. This is just me now. What he should have did, if he wanted buns, he could have just paid for it. That's what he should have did. But he felt that he can try to finagle some overtime. And what she got, like, she made like $400,000 or something like that. Her base pay was like $150, and she made another $250 in overtime, and she wasn't even doing the overtime. Nah, hell no, hell no. But that's crazy. But you're right. No, nobody can be everywhere at once. It just can't. They do have what they call hot spotting. The police hotspot known crime areas, and areas that's not full of crime. They don't hotspot it. They'll just like take police officers from that area and they put in other areas and stuff like that. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And hopefully this guy makes a speedy recovery. Hopefully he does not lose any limbs. And I hope that the guy that they caught, I hope they whip his ass. I really do. Because for him to do that is just sickening. But it's just crazy. It's just crazy. Oh, goodness gracious. It's just wild. It's just wild. All right, so I'm gonna read some of the comments. Yeah, Grand Miss, they do need to take away retirement options, and like for her to trade in a prison sentence. I don't know. I think that's why she put out the suit or saying that she accused him of that, so that she won't have to do prison, because she knew she got that money. She knew she got that money. She knew that she didn't do anything for the money. So if she say that, hey, look, this guy gave me money for overtime, and he was like, he wanted to get in and said he wanted to part my cheeks and stuff like that. Now I saw the pictures of her. Now I was like, she cleaned up pretty good. I was like, I saw a couple of pictures. I was like, you know what? I would take her to McDonald's. I would take her to Wendy's. I would take her. There's a new Chick-fil-A on Atlantic Avenue, near Vanderbilt. I'll take her there, or maybe the one near the Barclay Center. I'll take her there to Chick-fil-A. Yeah, I would do that. I would do that. Oh, yes, they need to bring back flogging. They need to. Because if they bring back flogging, a lot of people wouldn't be doing it. I saw a video of, it was a guy. I think this guy had broken up with the guy's daughter or something like that, and they held the guy down and the father had a big ass stick, and he was like, wham, wham, wham. I was like, yo, what he did. And it said in the description box that he broke up with the guy's daughter, something like that, and this is what he did. And I was like, hey, if that's what it is in that country, I was like, I know he must be sore. It was like a bamboo stick, and it was just like like a kendo stick. Like I was like, yo, they really tearing him up, you know. It's crazy. But hold on, let me get a little bit of drink. Oh yeah, some nice water. You know, your boy's going to have some alcohol to ring in the new year, but that's later on in 40 minutes. A happy new year to everybody who's coming in. Thank you so much for coming in. Really appreciate you guys for being on. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, they do need to open up some of the prisons that they closed, but I know that they're trying to say that, well, if they're not using them or if it's not in full capacity, they're putting those prisoners that were there into other jails, and they're trying to fill up those jails. But some of these criminals, like the guy who lit the lady on fire, was an immigrant. What are they going to do? If they're going to arrest him and charge him, but they're going to just probably deport him again. All right. I feel what they need to do, there's a super prison, I believe, what is it? And I think it's Ecuador or something like that, where the president of Ecuador, I believe that's his name, Boulay. I think it's El Salvador. I don't think it's Ecuador. I think it's El Salvador. Yeah, the president there, they created a super prison where that prison is crazy. Look it up. I believe it's El Salvador. Guys, if you look up, you know what? Let me bring it up real quick. Got a little more time. And guys, if you want to come on, let me know, and I will, we can definitely do it. Let me look it up real quick. El Salvador prison. Let me look it up real quick. Let me see if this is it. See if I could bring. Let me see if this is it. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to, maybe if this is a, okay, yeah, here we go. So let me share this with you guys. I'm going to make it bigger, and I will share the okay, here we go. So this is it right here. El Salvador jail, where social distance is impossible. Latin America has some of the most overcrowded jails in the world, where prisoners crammed into tiny cells by the dozens. Social distance is impossible, and poor medical facilities mean any outbreak of coronavirus will spread like wildfire. This is how the prisons are. Look at that. It ain't like American prisons, guys. They're not playing any games. Yeah. Bouquet, yes. And he's not playing games. He is trying to clean up El Salvador. This is what we need. We need a tough on crime person that's just doing what they gotta do. Oh yes, definitely. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh yes, Carrie Berry, happy New Year. Oh, from Los Angeles, how is it out there? I've never been, and I want to be. The furthest I've been out west was Las Vegas. Hot. I went there in June. It was like 110 degrees. I was like, oh my God. It was like, yo, it was crazy. I was burning my foot, and then I didn't have proper footwear when I went to the pool. I'm walking, I was like, shit, it's hot. I jump in the water. I was like, yo, it's crazy. It is crazy. Yes, I will. I'm glad that you enjoying the live. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm gonna try to do as much as I can. Okay. And try to, if I can, hopefully I can do at least 3 times a week. I'm trying to gun for 5 times a week, at least every day. But we'll see. If you guys, what you guys can do for me, and I would really appreciate it. Everybody, if you can, please like the video, of course, like my live. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your comments. And my email is akiltaylor@yahoo.com. If you guys have any videos that you want me to discuss, any topics or anything, send it to me and I will be able to do my best to make a video on it so we can do that. And we can have more live talks and stuff like that. Say if you guys want to come on, it's 11:24. I got to call my daughter before New Year, so I'm gonna cut it off soon. But guys, yes, if you got any videos that you want me to do anything on, or any topics, I will do my best to make sure I research them and make videos just for you, personally for you. Just send an email or even put it in as a comment. No problem, I would do it. I really, really appreciate it because my goal for one of my goals for 2025 is to definitely do more lives. Definitely that. Make even more videos than I made this year. I made over 300 videos and I only started in June. I plan on making more videos for this year, and I plan on really creating a community of people that will be able to talk and we'll be able to have these great conversations. I really, really care about you guys. I really am thankful that you guys are watching me. Listen, I've come a long way with this YouTube thing. If you guys see some of my earlier videos, you'll be like, wow, he's really come a long way. My setup is way different than it was before. And I'm trying to give you guys great content. I really, really appreciate it. And I really care about you guys. I love you guys because if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't be doing this. So I'm really thankful that you guys are here. You are, celebrating with me. I wish you guys a wonderful, 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 wonderful new year. I hope that you guys have all the success that you want. Please, 2024 is about to be behind us in less than 34 minutes. We're about to say goodbye to 2024. If anything has happened this year, if has made you angry, upset, if you're pissed off about it, leave it in this year here. Move forward, look forward to everything that you can get because I'm telling you, God will bless all of us. I'm a strong believer. And hey, some people believe in whatever they believe in, Yahweh, Jehovah, whatever you believe in, or whoever you believe in, please, please make sure that you put God first, yes, but you also just do what needs to be done. Do not let so many things get to you because I'm telling you, God has a way. God has a way. When I first started this year, I was scared to be on YouTube. I was teaching at the time. There was so many things that I was doing. So I really didn't have the time. But once I started to get the hang of it and I started to get my flow, I said, hey, I'm going to keep going and keep trying to do my best for you guys because, listen, you guys are valuable. Each and every one of you, you are so valuable. If nobody has told you that they love you, I'm going to tell you, I love you and I care about you. And I really, really thankful. Yes. And I understand there's a handful of things that you might want. Listen, whatever you want, strive to get it. Strive to get it and do what you got to do and make it happen. Thank you, P65. Thank you. Yes, the comments was great. Listen, thank you so much. Thank you. A really happy new year to you as well. Thank you. I really, really appreciate each and every one of you guys. I know that for some of you, this year has been rough. I know for some of you, this year has been bad. For some of you, it might have been decent, might have been good, or it might have been great. So I know I've seen some people who were whistling like, oh yeah, yes, they're happy for 2024 and they can't wait for 2025. But for me, the year was decent, but it wasn't the greatest year. Okay, I'm not as happy as I would have been for the way things came up when, especially at my old job as a teacher and stuff like that. But that's neither here or there. Doing this right here, doing this YouTube, being on these lives, talking to you guys. Oh my goodness, let me tell you, I am so excited. I am so happy. You guys make me so happy. Kyrie, you made me happy. Grand Miss P65, guys make me so happy because I know that we are going to build a community and build a family on this thing. I'm so, so proud. Thank you guys so, so much. Well, brothers and sisters, I'm about to get out of here. It is 11:30. I need to call my daughter so that I can talk to her before she go to bed and to let her know that her dad loves her, cares about her, and can't wait to see her in the new year. So, brothers and sisters, have a wonderful, wonderful, happy new year. 2025 is about to be here. I made a saying 2025 is going to be our year to thrive. So please thrive in 2025, make your money, do your thing. If you want to go to school, whatever you want to do it, thrive at it, and make sure you do it in friendship, truth, and love. My brothers and sisters, have a wonderful, wonderful night. I love each and every one of you. Peace.